It's, we are very glad to be here, in your home. And this is the first time we visited this home, and I met both of you earlier. This is the first time I'm seeing you, and very glad to be here. And today, let us try to do something different, right? And usually, when we spend our weekends, we do a lot of things, and many of those things that we do are not the things that we can be happy about when we think back. The things that we have done over the weekends, can you think about them and say, oh, I did that. Sometimes most of the things that we do during our leisure times are not worth enough to remember and be happy about. Those are simply, not important. But today, you are doing something that you can even later remember and be happy about. You did this. This is something important. This gives some value to our life. So today is a special weekend for you. And Ritesh asked me to conduct some meditation and maybe give some explanation before we do it. And I think this is a part of our progress in our life. Most of the time, we all try to achieve progress in our life. That is how we study. That is how you have to study hard and have come all the way here. This is our journey of our life. We want to progress our life. So we are going towards that progression, that upliftment in our life. But one thing we should remember, that in that progress of our life, the spiritual practice is also part of that progress. If you only take the material or progress in career as the only progress that we can achieve in our human life, we are missing a big deal in our life. So spiritual practice is a part of the progress that we should part of the progress in our life. So it should be part and parcel of our life and journey. And without the spiritual progress, even any other progress that you will achieve will not necessarily give you happiness, will not necessarily make you a useful human being. You may progress in your knowledge, you may progress in your power, in your ability, in your wealth, in your career, but what you're going to do with it. And there are people who have a lot of power, a lot of money, a lot of fame, and they are not necessarily happy within themselves, and they are not necessarily beneficial to other people. People have a lot of knowledge, can create all horrible things, and many people can die, and people have a lot of power, and they can do a lot of things, not necessarily bring happiness and peace to their life or to the life of others who are around them. So spiritual practice is really important in our whole progress. And of course, the Buddha talks about 7 types of wealth. Usually, we talk about wealth, we only remember the monetary wealth. But the Buddha talks about 7 types of wealth, which are not monetary, but other types of wealth that we can reach. We can be rich. We can treasure. And first one is called Saddha, or Shraddha in Sanskrit, religious devotion, confidence, about conviction, about religious faith. Faithfulness is considered one wealth, one type of wealth in our life. If anybody do not have any, any religiousness in their heart, any spiritual inclination in their heart, they're dry, no matter how rich they are not wealthy enough, So Shraddha is one type of wealth. And Sila, the second one, which means, moral principles in our life. If you have moral principles in your life, that you have committed to yourself that, I will not do such things, I am only doing these things. So moral principles. And not many people are able to follow moral principles. If you can, if you have those principles in your life, it is a type of wealth. You can be really confident about that, and really happy about that. And even, sometimes if you have a moral principle in your life that you have, followed to the letter, and you can actually do, certain miracles, so to speak. When we do our blessing service, we recall our own precepts, and we do what we call satya-kriya, like satya-kriya, not satyagraha, satya-kriya. If I have truly followed this principle in my life, in this moral principle in my life, if it is true by the virtue of this truthfulness, may there be well-being to this person, may there be healing for this person. So we can even make such things if we have moral principles. It's a wealth, type of wealth. So Shraddha, Sila, and then other one is Hiri. Yeah, Hiri and Ottappa. Hiri means moral shame. Moral shame means being shameful to do wrong things. And Ottappa means moral afraid. It means afraid of doing wrong things, immoral things. So shame and kind of not fear, yeah, guilt. Guilt comes later, but this is before the guilt. Yeah, really important, because remorse is not considered as virtue, at least in Buddhism. But of course, before you do that, moral afraid, more afraid to do, having some awareness of the consequences of immoral behavior is considered virtue. But once if you haven't done it, no point of being remorseful about that. You have to understand that, you have to forgive yourself and move ahead. Okay, guilt can be a little bit helpful only to a certain level, but otherwise too much of guilt, too much of remorse is just making us more sick than healthy. But we have to have that sense, moral sense, before we do any bad thing. So moral shame and moral, I don't know how to call it, moral, I don't remember English word, yeah, moral shame and being shameful to do immoral things, and have some fear to do immoral things. And nowadays people do not have them. They are not shameful to do any wrong things, and to cheat people, to harm people, even to cheat their own family members. People have no shame at all, and they have no fear of doing things. So if you have them, it is a wealth. It protects you. It actually help you to make decisions in your life. It's help you. So it's a wealth. And then other one is called Sutta, which means knowledge, education. Knowledge is also considered by the Buddha as one form of wealth. Of course, now it's real wealth today is the knowledge, right? So knowledge is also wealth. And the other one is Chaga, means ability to give, ability to relinquish, ability to let go. It's also considered as the wealth. Usually people think it's opposite to wealth, but according to the Buddha, it's a form of wealth, because you never know, when we have to live things. So if you have that, that preparedness in your mind, that training in your mind to, you can give things away. Help not only to help people, but simply give things away sometime, once in a while. Not to hold everything, but once in a while to release. And that is a very important ability. Sometimes we just hold into things happen long ago, not able to release our mind. And if you develop this ability, you can release. So it's a wealth too. And the last one is wisdom. Wisdom is also wealth. So now that there are at least 7 types of other wealth, than material wealth. So those are really important, real sense of wealth that really give us strength, give us protection, give us sense of value to our life, and so those should be part of our progress in our life, and then we can really be satisfied about ourselves. We can really benefit many others, live with us, and we feel like living. We feel like human. We used to think that being human means to being ability to think, ability to reason, ability to reason out, and that is considered. You used to consider that as a very core of being human. But now there are computers who can think better than us. Of course, humans made computers, but once you prepare the program, and they can calculate better than us, right? And they reason out things. They consider what are the plus and minus, and they make decisions very faster than us. Now there are cars who can decide when to change the lanes, right? And better than us, and they can calculate which vehicle coming behind and which vehicle is on the side and how fast they are coming. So they can decide better than us whether to good to change the lane or not. And there are, of course, cars now, they can drive by themselves and judge the traffic light, everything. So then what it means to be human then? So it's not only the ability to reason now, not only the ability to calculate pros and cons, but we have other aspects. In a very general sense, we can call it our feelings, our emotion. And when we make a decision, we not only calculate the only benefits, we also have our emotion to our decisions, right? If you compute only calculate, what is the benefit, what is the cost and benefits, and then they make decision. But as human beings, we have other elements we put into our decisions. When today, when Ritesh asked you to come here today, if you're only a thinking being, you can decide, okay, how long we are going to be in Ritesh home. Okay, I'm going to spend 2 hours. What else I can do in these 2 hours? I can do these things. I can judge. Okay, what's more material beneficial? And you can make a decision. But when we make decision, we do not necessarily always consider those benefits. We don't we don't make always the decision on the basis of cost analysis. But we also, because he's our friend, we don't feel like, it's not good not to be there, there are monks coming, so better we go and see them, and other friends are coming. So we have a lot of other elements we put into our decisions making process. That is where we are different from computers. That is where we are different from other whatever robo other instruments. That is really being human. To have that compassion, loving kindness, friendship, and those are the ones actually make us truly human. Not only the ability to reason out. But then there's again problem in this case because we have not only positive emotions, we also have negative emotions. We also make decisions out of anger. Sometimes we make really unbeneficial decisions because of anger. That it's going there is really good, it's really beneficial to you, but you are angry with some person, you don't go there. So the cost benefit analysis doesn't work there. That it's really profitable to go there, but you don't like that person, so therefore you don't go there. So we make decisions in a very different way. So anger, sadness and frustrations and resentment, jealousy, and all those other emotions also work in our mind. So we are truly human because of our emotional ability, but we have all types of emotion. But sometimes even we can destroy our humanity by using very emotions too. People, destroy their humanity by acting out of anger and hatred, and they can kill other human beings. They can destroy other things. So emotions, although it gives a lot of value to our life, but at the same time, if we do not know how to handle them, and then again, there will be a big problem. Then in that case, computers are better than us, right? Because they will not do such harm. So therefore, it's really important, if you truly want to be human, to understand the value of emotion, as well as to understand how to manage the emotions. That is where the meditation is important. And so, if we do not understand our value of our emotions, we will be really dry beings. We do not have any satisfaction and happiness in our life. We make all our decisions based on whether it's profitable or not. There's no value to their life, But therefore we need to have emotions, like other things. But then we have a problem how to deal with negative emotions, how to deal with harmful emotions, how to maintain our positive emotions, how to develop them, how to manage and minimize negative emotions. Without that knowledge, again we are going to lose of our humanity. So truly, meditation is at the heart of living this human life. Just being human and having a satisfied, happy life for ourselves and for all others around us. Without it, I don't know, we will simply live, but with a lot of troubles, a lot of unhappiness, a lot of frustration, resentment. Not only about ourselves, because whenever we are unhappy, we split to others, and we make other people unhappy too. So therefore, it's really important to learn meditation, learn how to manage our emotions, learn the strength of our mind, and learn the weaknesses of our mind, and then reduce the weakness and improve the goodness. So it's really important. So we used to see people's IQ, like intelligence. But I think that's only one part of being human. We also want to have what we call emotional intelligence, right? EQ, emotional intelligence, because that is real ability of being human, to understand one's own emotions and to enhance positive ones and manage negative ones. And so we should, judge people not based on the IQ, but based on their EQ, their emotional ability, emotional intelligence. And I think, in Western countries, they are catching up. They actually, not everybody, but there are trends in the Western countries that they actually use good teachings of Asia and use them to improve their life. And there are a lot of researches have been done, how meditation can help us to manage our emotions, how meditation can, especially mindfulness, how mindfulness can help us to improve our relationship, and how mindfulness can help even when we are sick, for the healing process. There are a lot of researches is done. There's a recent book called Buddha's Brain. Buddha's Brain. They don't really talk about Buddha's brain, but they are talking about when we practice meditation, what are the changes happening in the brain, and how our thinking pattern changes, and how we can make better decisions, how we can improve the areas of the brain that are related to compassion, and they can physically measure that there are physical changes happening in our brain when we practice meditation and other things. So people are doing a lot of researches, but we are fortunate to have those teachings available for us from our own traditions, because when those people get them, they actually change them, and they remove some important parts. They present it in a different way, like they take a medicinal plant from Asia and then and make it a pill. You have lost a lot of things, right? Because when you drink herbal medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, you use the whole tree. It's more holistic. But when you get into the pill, it is only puncture. So similarly, although they are very good in experimenting and finding this out and using it in our ordinary life, but they may lose a lot of important things too. But we are lucky that we have access to those teachings and to use them to improve our life. Okay, so therefore it's really important to develop the skills of mindfulness, ability to watch our own mind, simply being aware of it, and simply watch our emotions, and then create a distance between ourselves and emotions. That is a real ability if we can do it, and we can do it. We develop it by developing mindfulness meditation, and we can also develop our loving kindness and compassion. Okay, so it's really meditation is necessary to be a true human being. Okay, so...
Can you explain the mindfulness concept a little bit?
Okay. That's what we are going to develop right now, actually. Mindfulness is a translation of Pali word sati. Yeah. Yeah, that is loving kindness, right? Yeah. Sati, you can. It has aspect of memory, but when we apply in the present moment, it means ability to be aware. At any moment we can be aware of ourselves. We can simply be aware of our sensations. We can be aware of our emotions. We can be aware of what is happening around us. And you will think that, all the time we are aware of those things. We are not really aware of those things. We simply become open to those in what is happening around us and within us, but we quickly color them. She's a good artist, you always color, right? but here, what I mean by in our mind, we quickly judge them, color them, interpret them, and we do not let that experience to be there as experience. Whenever you see a person, you don't really see that person as he is. You put all your concepts, all your judgments, all your color into that person, and then you see that. And whenever what is happening within us too, so we have a lot of emotions, but we also put labels to those emotions, not really seeing the real. You simply say anger, but how many layers in that emotion? It's a continuum. Simply saying anger, it doesn't explain that what's real here. There are different layers to that. If you don't pay attention, it can grow higher level. So in that way, we always color, we always interpret and change the actual experience in our life. But mindfulness is that simply suspend all of our colorings, all of our interpretation and judgment, but simply being aware what it is. If any sensation happens in your body, without saying it's pain, it's pleasure, do not put a label first and see what it is. And closely see what it is, how it occurs, and what is happening around us, within us. So in that way we develop this ability to be aware. Be aware is not to think about. It's primary than thinking. Thinking comes a little later. This is a very initial work we had to do. So before it, thinking already means interpreting, putting our concepts to, and coloring it. But just being aware, very basic function of the mind. But we quickly miss it, and so in mindfulness, we simply let our mind be observed. So just be observed and be aware of what is happening within us and around us, and without judging or coloring or interpreting them. And so in that way we can have directly experience whatever it is, whether it is physical sensation, whether it is a thought, whether it is emotion, whether it is external phenomena, we can directly experience it. And it's really important when we talk about developing wisdom, because then only you can know what it is and true nature of it. And we can see the impermanence, we can see how it moves, we can see true nature of it, and that is where we develop wisdom. So mindfulness develop wisdom.
Yeah.
So let us do some practice then. Okay, so what we are going to do, we will do some practices to develop our mindfulness. And in meditation, our body is an important tool. And of course, as you know, meditation has a lot of stages, but the very basic skill that we need to learn in meditation is to be in the body. Body is an important tool in meditation. It is not a burden. We used to think body is a burden, but that Buddha followed the middle path. Not austerities but middle path. So in his teaching, body is an important tool to develop mind. It's not a burden, not an obstacle. So being able to be in the body, feel the body, situate ourselves here in the body, It's a very basic technique we need to learn. So let us do some form of meditation to help you there. And we will scan our body and go to different parts of our body and closely examine what sensation are available in particular areas. Depending on how you keep our body, certain parts touch the floor, certain parts touch each other. In certain parts we can feel our clothes clearly, right? And certain parts we can feel our hair. And so we just go to those little detail and just simply see it as it is. No visualization, no imagination, but just simply see what is there. And some areas are very prominent, some areas are not. But that's okay. Don't think that there's a perfect way to feel your body. There's no should and must. Whatever the way you feel your body is the way that you're going to be aware of it. Doesn't matter. Whatever the feeling available in particular areas when you scan, just catch it. That's all. Just be aware of it. And so we'll do a gradual body scanning. I will help you to go to different parts and just feel. Just make sure that okay, my hands are here. Oh, my back is here. Because sometimes we forget. We only pay attention to our body when we have pains. Otherwise, we don't care. But just feel the body and just explore what sensation available in our fingers, in our hands. By doing that, actually, we definitely develop peace in the mind, as well as we develop mindfulness. Be ability to be aware. Just be aware. Don't rush to judge your color or interpret. Just be aware. What is there? And we develop that skill to our mind, as well as it will settle. When you do that. Let us do some form meditation to develop that, and then. From there we will move into our meditation on breathing. Okay? So maybe we can start little standing. Because we have been sitting some time muscles. Okay, close all the doors and make sure that everything is done, and you shouldn't have any worries in your mind. Make sure that the stove is off, right?
Anybody needs water?
Doors are closed, right? Everything is safe, right? No need to worry. Have no worries in your mind. Yeah, make sure, yeah.
No, you won't feel cold.
Okay. Okay, now let's try to give equal weight to our 2 feet. Try to stand tall and give equal weight to our 2 feet. Relax your hands. Just let your hands hang by themselves. Release all the tensions. And pay attention to your body. Feel your feet. Feel your heel, the weight of your body. And front part of your heel, foot. And feel your hands. And feel your back. Just come to your body. With this awareness of the body, now we will slowly sit down. Take some pictures. try to sit comfortably, and it's better to keep our upper body upright. In the beginning it will be a little uncomfortable, but in long run that is the most comfortable way to keep our body. And not really stiff, maybe you may feel comfortable, little bit bending, but not too much of bending. Just relax and try to find that balance. Not really, really strict and rigid, but not really sluggish, but just nice keeping of the upper body upright. And please relax your shoulders. Don't hold any tension. Just melt them. Let them be relaxed. And try to rest your palm over your lap. And then keep your chin parallel with the earth. And if you feel comfortable, you can gently close your eyes, or you can slowly look down. And try to feel your body. And let us ring this bell to help ourselves to come to this present moment. Let us try to be in our body. Whenever we are aware of our own body, we are in the present moment. Because body is always in the present. In order to help us to be in our body, let us do a gradual scanning of our body. Go into different parts of our body gradually and feeling each part as clearly as possible. We can start with our feet and toes and pay close attention to your right foot. And explore in that area the subtle cooling sensation, the areas that touches the floor, the carpet. Feel that sensation of touch. And move to the left foot and closely see the sensations in that area. Let us slowly move up and identify the areas that you can feel the legs are touching each other. And feel the warmth in that spot. And move up and feel your knees, tightness of your clothes in that area. Slowly move up and feel the weight of your body against the cushion. See how the muscles are pressed in that area. And feel your lower back. Observe whatever sensations available for us, for you in that area, in the lower back. Slowly move to the upper back and feel your clothes in that area. And feel the right side and the left side of the back. And feel your shoulders. And feel the tightness of the clothes in that area. And feel your arms. All the way down to your elbows and to palms and fingers. And just feel your palms and your fingers and observe what are the sensations, the tips of your fingers. Subtle tickling sensation in those areas. And move to your stomach. And feel the subtle movement of the abdomen along with the breath. And feel clothes in that area. And move to your chest. And feel the subtle movement in that area with the breath. And feel your neck, all around the neck. And feel your face. Observe how the lips are touching each other. And observe the nostrils, the touching of the air. And feel your eyeballs. And feel your forehead and the head. Now we are completely in our body. Whenever we are in our body, we are in the present moment. Whenever we are in the present moment, we are relaxed and alert. It is a delicate balance of the mind to be alert as well as to be relaxed. Let us do meditation on breathing and pay your close attention to the breath. We can take 3 long deep breaths and feel it clearly. And simply, slowly take a long in-breath and observe the area that you can feel it clearly and gently let it go. And take 2 more long breaths and feel what you feel in the inner walls of your nostrils. And feel the movement of your body, your abdomen, our chest. And with the out breath, feel the air, how they touch the upper lips. Now let our natural breath happen. And we simply watch it. Nothing else is happening here right now. Whatever comes to our mind, unreal. What is truly happening here is the breath. Mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out. Observe the length of your breath. Sometimes it is long, sometimes it is short. Just watch how it is right now. Hontu sabbe pi panino. May all beings who are suffering be free from suffering. May all beings who are in fear be free from fear. May all beings who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well, happy and peaceful. Thank you. You can put your palms together and place them against your chest and feel grateful for this wonderful opportunity to have a meditation, even though it was a short one. Feel grateful for this wonderful opportunity. Feel grateful for all great sages, teachers who have preserved this tradition and who have passed this teaching from generation to generation. Feel grateful for all of them. Feel grateful for all people who have facilitated our meditation today, who help us to come. And feel grateful for all other non-living things which made this meditation possible for us. Feel deeply grateful for everything. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Now, if you have any quick questions, maybe we can have a few minutes. Okay, did you manage to be in your body? Any questions before we start our chanting?
It felt good that once we were going through parts of our body, when you said analyze your breath, you could feel the breath becoming longer and longer. I think we're getting more and more relaxed. It was getting longer. It was nice feeling.
And I mean, it's okay to be distracted sometimes. Like it's very hard to keep your concentration.
I mean, nobody's doing that. I mean, mind is going away all the time. But it gradually, the frequency of going out will be lesser. So every time we have to bring it back. It has the nature of the mind. So because we have been training our mind to think about a lot of things, and right now we are training a different skill, so it takes a while. It's okay, let the mind go and you watch. I'm going to watch you. You can go anywhere, but I'm going to watch you. That's okay. As long as you're aware, there are thoughts coming in, and without being sub-victim to the thing, but just being aware of it is again meditation. Even the sounds.
How can we do this every day?
Just do it.
Just ourselves.
That's the other suggestion I'm going to do. Because right now you know how, the ABC of meditation is the body awareness. So, this is not really typical meditation, but this is just, learning very basic steps. So, but just that body awareness is really important, no matter how advanced meditation you do later, but this is very basic. So every morning, just if you know a chant, you can do a chant, like whatever chant you are familiar with. Just do that chant as a kind of like a bridge, like a passage from the ordinary life to meditation mode. So do a chant, and then do your body scan. Start with your own feet and slowly come, and just be aware. Just make sure that everything is here, and be aware. And you can even do loving kindness meditation. Just if you are doing in the morning and wish that today be a good day for me. May today be a good day for all my family. May today be a good day for all people in this neighborhood. May they find their goals, may they be safe, and may they be a good day for all human beings. People who are traveling, people who are working, just wish them. And then wish that may today be a great day for all beings, every beings, and just do that loving kindness meditation, and then you can watch your breath. You can set your alarm about 10 minutes and just stay there. Mind will go away, but doesn't matter, just bring it back. Eventually, you'll doubt that there's a progress. So once in a while you can come to a Buddhist center and practice with other people. And then also if you have any troubles, challenges when you meditate, pains or whatever, just come and discuss, and then gradually you can build up. Okay, tomorrow we have a big event, so we have to prepare our place for that. So we do the chanting.